Hey everybody, Cal here. Welcome back to part 13 of our Necromancer Let's Play of Total War Warhammer. Continuing off where we left last time, I'll just start with a recap of where we were. We just taken care of a big old fight in just outside Wurtbad with all the Empire forces, Balthazar Gelt and the Emperor, all taken care of here in a fairly large climactic battle. I don't see them really pushing back for the next 5-10 turns at least. Now, we were also just about ready to send Helmut Gorst into Ackendorf. Now, if we send him in right now, it says it'll cost 2,500 to colonize the settlement, and I think with his reduction to recruitment cost, if we just throw in 8 units of zombies, that'll cost like 950. And we raise them and we go in.
Destroy them.
Okay, so 1658. So I guess it almost pays for itself. And he does end up with some units actually there.
Most pleasing.
So that gives us Ackendorf, which we will immediately start building up. Yeah, so that should be a good outpost. We'll go and 2x2.
What do you
unite these zombie units.
Dark magic is mine to command.
And that says 3 turns till fully replenished. Generally, if it says 3 turns till fully replenished, or fewer, it's worth it. If it's 4 or more, then it's actually more economical to just buy a new unit. In fact, in the case of zombies, which are expendable, it doesn't really matter. But we may just want to grab a couple units of bats or something just so that we have something to deal with any incoming artillery that might attack this settlement. So we're just going to actually just 1 unit of bats, just until the garrison forms up here, because I mean we're not at war with Wurzag. But the dwarves don't like us. Wurzag doesn't like us very much. We have dwarves behind us who also don't like us very much. So hopefully 2 turns is enough time that these dwarves can't do anything. In fact, we should probably get. It's not a bad idea to maybe grab a second unit of fell bats and. I think maybe some Black Knights take care of those dwarves if they come in, just to keep that area secure for the next 2 turns while we build up a garrison. Meanwhile, Gustav's up here. His army is pretty beat up, but it should be enough to take care of any sneaky dwarves coming in to fight us from behind. There is the danger of Wissenland doing something, but I think that's minimal. We're going to send Rickert back towards Western Sylvania, because there's some building that we want to do over here. For the current turn, we're going to destroy, this is going to be a little bit counterintuitive, we're going to demolish the Abyssal Wood in Castle Tempelhof, because next turn we can start building it over here, the Sinister Copse in Fort Obersteyr, which also has walls. We can also use his ability to reduce the cost of building up to a shady township, and then we can put in the unique building in Castle Tempelhof. So it's just reshuffling the buildings. This, I believe, was put in by the AI. I had no part in that. I never would have put a tier 3 building in a major settlement. It's a waste, and it generally means you have to rebuild things later. I don't think there's anything that needs to be built in Eastern Sylvania for quite a long time. We are waiting 2 turns on Lodestone of Darkness, which we'll be waiting for a very, very long time. But with that, I think everything is mostly taken care of. Yeah. Well, there is, of course, Zufbar,
My throng stands ready.
We're just going to give them a little bit of. Oh, they're asking for more money than before. No, actually.
It is a brave
Nope,
oath.
not you. It's Jagged Horn. We are going to declare war on the Jagged Horn. I don't see them on the map anywhere. Maybe they'll pop up right behind me and we'll get crushed, but in general, they're at war with everybody. So we will make friends by declaring war on them. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end the turn. And yes, the Empire flees back across Wurtbad. So I mean, I hope you can see why I didn't bother taking Wurtbad. The Empire's right there, and they would have been constantly just hitting it all the time. We'd be pinned in there continually. I mean, it does have walls, so there's some sort of protection that's better than the Moot. Okay, I'm mostly okay with this. We have to destroy the dwarves, and I just noticed poking around diplomacy between the episodes here that the dwarves are, I think, strength rank 1 in this campaign at the current time. So yeah, little bit scary suddenly having the dwarves deal with. Perhaps we lost the battle masters. Dang, that would have been a nice buff to get, but they just kept wandering off. So Stirland is going to have a rebellion next turn. That's not unexpected. And now we can actually see Karakurn's other army.
You dare!
So we're going to send our vampire here, just run the circuit, just check out where folks are, how they're doing. Yeah, so we'd like to take out Thingrim over here and push back Karakurn to Karakurn. Karakurn itself is actually pretty isolated. Actually, the dwarves can jump out, but they leave themselves completely undefended. It takes 2 turns to get back in. It only takes 1 turn to walk up this little ramp here, so they have to be careful. So if we can push them back to just Karakurn, then I think we'll be in a good spot. I believe it looks like Zufbar is going to take Karak Kadrin, which I'm okay with, as long as they don't confederate with the dwarves. I'm a little bit concerned about that. What we have to make sure is that as long as Zufbar is stronger than the main dwarf faction, Zufbar will not confederate with them. The moment these dwarves become more powerful, I think they're going to try their luck, because they do like each other. So if possible, we have to try to smack down the main dwarven faction as soon as we can. Now, we did say we were going to pop Rickert over into Western Sylvania, deploy him over here, and we can go ahead and build. We can also put in defenses. You know what, Castle Tempelhof is not likely to come under attack itself in the next couple turns. Right, so we can put in the Dark Lair, which will improve recruitment from the Forest Chain. I think we can. We also want to put in a Balefire Brazier, but not this turn, perhaps. We can put in the Sinister Copse, and we do still have enough money to upgrade the Shady Township, but we don't have enough money to upgrade the Forester's Shack. But that's okay. We can do that at the beginning of next turn. I think we should have enough money for it. And perhaps we'll have enough money for the Sinister Copse. I'm not sure. I'm not particularly worried about this working out perfectly. We're not planning on doing any of that recruitment in the next turn or two. If something goes wrong, we'll kick this out and take the money. Now, just one more turn until we get a Lodestone of Darkness. I'm very excited about this. We'll be able to recruit ourselves that hero and get on top of our story mission. Now, Kemmler's army and Gustav's army are both pretty low. Kemmler is doing a bit better, so I think it's Gustav who we're going to put back into normal stance, send over to Fort Oberstyre, and he'll start recruiting in the following turn, while Kemmler come out of forced march stance. We get here 50%, and we could go into channeling, which is probably a good idea. We'll get a rebellion here next turn. I don't think the rebellion will be very strong. This region is not built up hardly at all. And we do have enough, actually enough to upgrade the moot, but we don't have the funds to spread around quite that generously at the current time. Okay, so it looks like Thingrim did not try to attack Eckendorf. It still doesn't have a garrison, but next turn it will. And Eckendorf should start. Oh, as a pro tip, don't tax provinces that don't have any buildings in them. Which reminds me, I probably shouldn't tax the moot right now. 116 money. Oh, it gives me a little bit of money. And it doesn't matter what I do. It's going to rebel next turn. We're going to send Sasha back up this way to keep an eye on what the Empire is doing. Oh, we can go ahead and we still have the debuff from assassinating someone, assassinating the Empire 5 turns ago, I think. That's quite a bit long. I believe that debuff used to only last 1 turn. Yes, the Empire's here at Nuln. We might actually switch the target here to Grunburg, because that's something they might actually sally out and take, whereas I think they'll just sit there and stare at Nuln and look at this colossal garrison and just leave it alone. As a fairly threatening garrison, I would not. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to fight it. It's it's going to be tough. Those three mortars in a garrison is. Yeah, and mortars are really very good for defense. Okay, so I think that's everybody doing something. Helmut Gorst just sat here in Eckendorf. What's the public order? The public order is not good because we don't have much vampiric corruption. The vampiric corruption is on the increase from technology, so it's increasing towards 50%. So we might want to get a hero or someone who buffs up corruption in there soon. But next turn is when we can recruit the White King. And it'll give us. He'll start off at rank 3, so I'm very happy to see that go in. And finally, we can get our Cairn Wraiths back. Hex Wraiths will take 1 more turn after that. But I don't think we have the capital really to be spending things on Hex Wraiths. We may get 1 unit just for Heinrich, or maybe Gustav. No, we'll get it for Heinrich. Commemorative Hex Wraiths. And with that, we will actually we'll check diplomacy here. So it's still decreasing. Why is it deteriorating? So we've gone over the cusp into great power -20. So I think we recruited some number of units, and now people don't like us because we're a great power and we're very threatening. Well, at the same time, I mean, Zufbar has, I think, more armies than I do, so what are they complaining about?
You may speak before my shield bearers and on the oath still.
Yeah, they definitely, like, the small gift is now 2,000 for Zufbar. So anyway, hopefully we keep those dwarves from attacking us as long as possible. Because I also like getting their money. I like their money. So we're gonna go ahead and end the turn. Empire returning to lick its wounds. I guarantee you, there's a big old stack mustering at Altdorf as we speak. No 2 doubts about it. I say no 2 doubts about it. I've never heard that. That's not a saying. That's not a thing people say. No doubt about it. That's the normal one. They want a military. I don't really see the benefit in that. Averland took care of our rebellion for us. Okay, thanks, Averland, I guess. Kalman Gorst gained aggressor. okay. I'm fine with this. And a level, apparently. So we're gonna keep on going along with Ancient Cunning. We really want the second tier blue skills. Helmut Gorst is mainly just buffing up technology research rate. That is his primary function. So now we can turn on Tax the Province. -7 is bad, but not so bad. And we can go for that's good. Cursed Fields. Cursed Fields are quite good. They're cheap as well, so we're gonna go with that. That'll make us some money and improve the public order both. That's a good region. I didn't even notice the pastures there.
I am a rune lord, not some
So Mike Dalvong, that's got quite a threatening garrison. I believe we have.
By Sigmar's will,
Yeah, we have.
come in peace.
We can go through Averheim without consequences. So Heinrich's army has 15, and he's not really well suited to fighting dwarves. So I'm thinking. Before we do anything else, before I forget and spend our money on other things, we get our long-awaited. Actually, we can recruit another Necromancer, but we should probably do that with Kemmler in the region. Okay, so we have we're spoiled for choice in these level 4 White Kings. So there's Andreas von Karstein, -50% speed, +3 leadership for the lords, for I guess the heroes' army is what it means. Public order +1 in the local province and campaign line of sight, or named arm, melee attack, more melee defense. Those are all, or more melee defense for the lord's army. These are both melee leadership for the lord's army. These are all kind of not particularly very good. Melee attack -6 is quite bad. I don't think. I mean, the White King can get a mount, so -15% speed. That'll reduce him from maybe 75 to 62 or so, which is quite slow. So that's bad. Leadership +3 for the army is good, but melee defense +3 for the army again is good. Melee attack -6 is quite bad, especially for a hero who does such massive attacks. You really want to get that melee attack through. Or this one, which is basically no effect. All kind of garbage heroes we have to choose from here. I think I'm gonna go with Gregor because at least his ability isn't strictly bad. Wish I could see what his full stats were, because without seeing the full stats, also I can get 2 of these guys. So we'll recruit one now, just to get one as fast as we can, and worry about picking one with a good skill tree later. So this one will be our. The White King's particularly good both on the campaign map and on the and in battle. I like them in both situations. So this one will be our campaign king. So we'll go in, and now here's an important thing. Go for Marshal and Patrol Ambusher. Yes. Okay. So unlike the other heroes, the White King, like I guess some of the other, I think every faction has a hero like this. The Patrol Ambush targets the entire army. So when he attacks a target army, everybody in the entire army takes damage, and this will buff it up to +18% casualties, this is amazingly good. This is incredibly good skill that I never realized until quite late in playing Total War. So there's a pro tip for you. We're going to. Okay, so Gustav is the one that we actually want to send after the dwarves, whereas Heinrich we would like to send up and over towards the Empire to perhaps try to take out Grunburg early. If the dwarves show up, we know what to do. We can send Gustav to run down and take care of the situation. Gustav gained a level as well, which we're going down the red tree, and we're into the second skills. So Evil Souls sounds pretty good. That's bonuses, speed bonuses for the ethereal units, ghosts and such. Graveguard and Crypt Horrors, Dread Knights. So this is the bonus for cavalry units. So when Walking Dead, Graveguard. Oh yes, Graveguard. He's going out against. So he's going to be getting the Graveguard with great weapons. So I think we're going to go with the Walking Dead for Gustav here. So while I say that, oh right, before we spend all our money on Graveguard, we should.
Dark magic is
Now
mine
we
to
almost
command.
certainly don't need these fellas
Glitchmaster,
or these bats.
I am
That
ready.
should increase our income a bit. Just a couple units of zombies and Black Knights, just as an honor guard for Helmengorst. And yes, we do have enough money left over to buff up our ruined sawmill, like we said we were going to do last turn. Not enough to get Sinister Copes buffed up, but we don't really need more Vargeist at the moment. We have one unit for Gustav, and actually we do need them. It's not an emergency though. We're hanging in there. So there's 2 units of poison units. What can we get Gustav here? Well, he needs another unit of zombies to round it out to 4. We're not going to get bats this turn because, of course, we have the improved the recruitment, improving it up as we speak. So I think that's all we're going to recruit this turn. Just another unit of zombies for him because we have 2 poison type units. We have a couple Graveguard for him. We're actually just going to dump out these bats here. We're paying for them, and they're kind of garbage tier bats. I guess the only question is, what are we going to do with Kemmler? I think what we're going to do is send him up. Is there attrition in Warpad? There is, because Vampire Corruption is just below 50%. So we're going to have to go into regular stance, move up less than 50%,
Then go.
and switch to raiding, which it's probably a waste. We probably should have just stayed here, just across the border, and channeled some more to gain more, but that should be fine. The moot seems to be stabilizing. Vampire Corruption is still increasing. Sasha can try another assassination this turn if we have enough money. And we will. Failure, but we gain some experience. She should, in the end turn phase, gain that back. Helmengorst will continue to just sit around in Nackendorf, not doing anything. Or actually, we could just pop him out a little bit, just to do some scouting.
Necromancer.
Don't see anything. Run back into Nackendorf. Okay. Little adventure for Helman there. Just to keep him interested. We don't want him getting bored, sat around in one settlement for that whole time. But now Vampire Corruption is not increasing this in this area anymore. It's okay. So just so we don't forget, send Gregor up this way, yes, Hildegard will be sent up this way to meet up with Kemmler. We're gonna get her into an army because she hasn't really gained any levels in a while. Although she could also be useful down in Eckendorf, increasing the growth. But we need to get some levels on her. We're at war with quite a few factions right now, but we don't have much in the way of nearby armies to fight at the moment. It's the bloody hands. They make me nervous every time they walk through my. They're gonna just ask us for military alliance every turn now. I'll consider it if you actually go out and do the thing I told you to. Okay, so here come the dwarves again. Oh, there's looks like a dwarf by himself over here. It's interesting. Failed assault units. Dark Nexus. Oh my goodness. Plus 20 Winds of Magic Power Reserve. So this is for everyone, all forces. Wow. A nexus of dark magic surrounds us, bolstering our might and breathing unlike. I think it's supposed to be unlife. Into anything you so choose. Yes, it just unlikes anything you choose. He's very big on. Yeah. Okay. So Kemmler is going to continue marching up through Stirland. I think we're going to send Gustav up. And if we're lucky, we'll catch these dwarves at last. These dwarves who just wander up to try to take the moot every single turn. It's quite annoying, actually. We can buff up to the Abyssal Wood here, and then send Rickert down this way. How is Grunburg looking? Grunburg doesn't have anything to speak of in the garrison. I mean, I don't want to take attrition here. How much are we taking here? 10 units per. That's not good, but it would mean, I think, that we would get within striking distance of Grunburg next turn. Actually, no, it doesn't. We'd still be 3 turns out. So I think we're just going to stay in raiding stance. Just to keep from getting attrition here. Yeah, that's one reason. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a terrible idea to try to take Workbad. I don't know if we can ever try to really hold it. I mean, we can't take Grunburg, or we can't hold Grunburg, but we can at least sack it for some cash if we can get over there before the Empire builds up a huge force, which they might do next turn. At the same time, how's Eckendorf doing? Eckendorf has making us some money. Public order isn't so bad. Vampiric corruption is increasing, so hopefully public order will eventually stabilize there. Helmengorst will be there to try to mop up any problems. And we'll go ahead and send Gregor up this way. That's another thing, is you have to be careful not to... Alright, there is this army here, which is level 5 Lord and unit of Thunderers. I believe all of our settlements here have walls, so they all have a decent garrison in them. Western Sylvania, I mean, Castle Tempelhof has kind of a garbage garrison, but they again have walls. So that, I mean, they could go there. I don't think a dwarf lord and a unit of Thunderers can take out an entire garrison. You know, I say that, but they actually might. Carrickadrin did indeed take, how was it? Zufbar did take Carrickharn. So
you may speak before
they're
my
still
shield bearers,
still falling with
and on the
them.
oath still.
They have a military alliance with the dwarves. And I believe if they're military allies, they will also not confederate. So if we're lucky, that'll just stay like that forever. Or one of them will, grudge the other one, and they'll go to war with each other. I mean, military allies also kind of bad, but we can work our way around that later on with some diplomacy trickery. Okay, I don't see anything else for us to do. It's a little bit annoying that Averland is not doing something about the situation here, but we can continue sending Hildegard up to meet up with Kemmler and go ahead and end the turn. Okay, so they're just gonna stand around Jackendorf and take attrition. No, I'll say yes when you actually move against Grunburg, which I told you to do like 20 turns ago. So they turned around even though, interesting. So Waldenhof is under siege. What does that actually mean? Means we're losing a little bit of income, I guess.
Wipe them out.
Oh. Okay. Well. Okay. Carcadrin has been obliterated. That was a little bit anticlimactic. But there they go. I guess their final act was to try to spit in my face. I don't know. Not really sure what they were going for there. Okay, so Kemmler could take Wartbad for us. It's always like this. I'm gonna take it, and then something terrible is gonna happen. Let me just look at the chapter objectives. So we're only at 6 of 10. We completed one of these 3. Assassination attempts against 3 characters. Never gonna do the missions. That's just impossible. So Kemmler could do this for us. I believe there should be. There's enough zombies to pad out his army as well. This army did not get spotted, so I don't know why the dwarves turned around. That's awfully suspicious. But the Moot's not going to rebel anytime soon, so we can pop him back over here. And we can start our recruitment. But first, check on our buildings everywhere. Eckendorf's doing okay. 2 turns until surplus point.
Do you need fresh troops?
Here at the Moot, we would like to upgrade the Moot.
Hellish vigor.
So we'll go ahead and do that. And I guess we're going to send in Kemmler. I don't think the Empire is going to try to take us this turn. So we can go ahead and grab 5 units of zombies and settle in Wartbad. We can set a commandment in the province. We can also start building up Wartbad itself. We need growth and vampiric corruption. I think that's probably what we want to head towards. I also don't see any danger in
Death is only the beginning.
if we send Helmengorst out this way towards Majorca. That's 2 turns away at normal march. get that far, so I think we can just go right up to the border and grab it next turn. Keep him hidden because we can. No reason not to. The dwarves are... Yeah, I like that the dwarves are busy fighting greenskins. I don't want to have to deal with dwarves myself at the moment. Eckendorf is unhappy, but not so unhappy that they're going to immediately rebel. Moot's actually... Oh, I guess because we took Wartbad. So Wartbad's actually quite happy for once. And I think Kemmler gained a level somehow. Not sure why exactly. I guess settling a region. We really never take... We've never taken the Restless Dead. That seems like a good thing to take. Okay. So the Wind of Death, Earthing, miscast chance minus 25% is good. These are, so I want the Wind of Death, I want Arcane Conduit, I want Earthing. Curse of Years is good, but not great. So we're going to take, but we also want to get in there next turn. You know, we're going to take the Restless Dead for now. I'm surprised I usually take that first off. Because Campaign map movement range is quite useful. We're just going to stick all these zombies together. Because I don't want to pay for extra zombies. We can recruit full units when we need them. In fact, we're just gonna kick these zombies. We'll just recruit more. We'll recruit more if the need arises. And what are my heroes up to? So we can send Melissa up, or Hildegard. Why am I saying Melissa? Hildegard can help out here. Sasha, run up here and block this army for us. I don't think they're gonna sally out and start doing stuff next turn, but I would like to be certain. Oh wow. Growth plus 30, public order plus 1. That's pretty good. That's gonna increase our vampiric corruption here. Yep. So we're now vampiric corruption is increasing in the Empire because of Sasha. And once again, we're left in a situation where we don't have quite enough money to start recruiting any really good units right now. I guess we get one Graveguard. Yeah. So okay, but we do have the upgraded upgraded recruitment now, so we can grab I guess a unit or two of Fellbats if we need them. So we do want a couple units of Fellbats in our army. And we're going to go ahead and grab 2 more units of zombies, and then next turn I think we're going to try to fill up the last 4 slots with Graveguard with great weapons. Because we have some cavalry, we have some fast units, and armor piercing is what we're missing. So fast units to tie up the artillery, fast units to disrupt their formations, and then we need armor piercing units to cut through the dwarven armor. And then that'll be that. So just cycle through all our lords. Things are looking good. Cycle through all our regions. Everything's looking good. Go ahead and end the turn. I'm really hoping to get a battle in here somewhere before the end of the episode. So the Empire is moving to protect Grunburg now. But they're very, very slow. I'm surprised they're not recruiting more. They only have those 3 areas, I believe. Now here comes Wissenland. And the dwarves as well. I don't believe they're allied with each other, so any attacks that come in will be from either one or the other, not both. Helmengor's ambush was foiled. Razor sacked 3 different settlements belonging to the Empire provinces. Okay, we got... oh, Heinrich leveled up. So, morbidly questing after the secrets of death. A necromancer deeply steeped in the lore of the dead stands on the threshold between worlds, neither wholly alive nor one of the undead. As a master necromancer, Heinrich Himmler's thirst for power has seen him plunder countless lich yards and sacred tombs in search of ominous artifacts or raw materials for his hideous arcane experiments. Now the lich master is on the trail of the resting place of an ancient tribal king, Marbad of the Endel tribe. Marbad fought along Sigmar himself in the Great Wars and saw the birth of the Empire. A once powerful man, his tomb will doubtless contain vestiges of his great spirit, and Kemmler intends to bend this to his own purposes. The search begins at the libraries and archives of the Empire. So we need to raise or sack 3 settlements belonging to the Empire provinces, which I think is just all of the Empire guys. Yeah. So that seems like it's going to just sort of happen on its own, most likely. Tribute or Angry Gods. I kind of don't want to spend money. I also don't really want to have to deal with rebellions, but we don't really need the growth, and I don't want to deal with rebellions, so I guess we're going to click the tribute button, because I don't think that Gustav can afford to sit around and recruit. So let's just make sure these 2 aren't actually...
And then get from my presence.
Right, they have a trade agreement with Karak Hearn. That's really really annoying. I keep trying to recruit those units there, and it keeps not working out. Okay, we're gonna send Gregor down this direction, and he'll try to fight these fellas. He should be at least somewhat useful in that regard. I don't think we can get Kemmler down there in time to do anything. Actually, we can. We can run him all the way back to the moot. That seems like maybe the wrong choice. I think we want to keep the pressure up on the Empire, which I think if we go here, we should be able to go into ambush stance, and then the following turn we can maybe try to hit Grunburg with some raised dead, some units who've been raised from the dead. Can we continue to slow your progress? We can continue to block this army. So we're going to try to do that. Once again, he's severely hampered in what he can do here. And we're going to have to take Gustav and move him down to the outskirts of the moot to help fend off these attacks here. I wonder if there's any regiments of renown we can recruit to help out here. These are all rather expensive, considering what they are. The Dire Pack would be useful because, well, it depends what this human army is. I think they're probably mostly infantry, actually, so maybe that's not needed. We could raise some dead. Nothing really armor piercing available though, which is unfortunate. Are any of these fellas armor piercing? There's a Sternsman, which are anti-infantry and do have regeneration. Devils of Swartz often have Vanguard deployment. Features in Dusk poison. So none of these guys are really armor piercing. So the Sternsmen or Varric's Reavers might be good choices. Just to shore up our defenses here. Varric's Reavers are very expensive. 364 versus the Black Knights. No, standard Black Knights are 196. But I guess they have regeneration. Yes, they have regeneration. So that's what you're paying for. Well, we did just buff up. Graveguard, so we might grab the Sternsmen for now, just to get a stronger infantry line I think we have enough flying fast units for now. Although we might grab just a couple of units of spearmen, just in case Wissenland has something unexpected, and then we'll pop ourselves into ambush stance again. Always everything in ambush stance. Now I think we're too far out to do this, but we also don't have the money for it this turn. So we're gonna just pop across the border here. Yeah, we're gonna hop across the border and we will be exposed a bit, but hopefully no one's in position to attack us here. We could be raiding, which would keep us from falling apart. We go into channeling stance, which will increase our magic power reserve, but I think we're just going to ambush as well. So everybody's everywhere ambushing. Check on the status of my heroes here. So Wurtbad is still has positive happiness. They should have walls next turn, which will mean we won't have to worry about this quite as much. Lots to do, not this turn, but next turn. So, Sasha gained another level, and we're gonna dump that into propagandist as well. So we should have my fear corruption is increasing quite a bit in the Empire, so that's good. So hopefully the Wissenland and Karakern do not work together. Alright, I wonder what these heroes are all doing. Dwarves still haven't declared war on us, which is a good thing. I feel like it's mostly inevitable. Wissenland is going down here to take Grenstadt. And once again, the dwarves have just snuck back away, even though nobody saw our army, which is it's a little suspicious. A little suspicious. They should have just run up and tried to take it, but okay. So Kemmler was spotted. Helmengorst was spotted by I don't know who. There's no one else here. But Kemmler is just still out of range for. Okay. Kemmler can move up to here. Start ambushing again. Actually, we're gonna move up just a little bit more.
Across the map.
Still 70% ambush chance.
The time is right.
We're gonna pop Hildegard into the army. Sasha, his army is I think the Empire might not have enough financially focused buildings. They might not have enough finances to afford all of their heroes that they have anymore, because they don't seem to be trying to recruit any more units, which is highly unusual. We're gonna pop Sasha back into our region because she has the huge growth buff now and public order buffs, and also we can reduce the chance that their heroes will do stuff to us, which I'm now somewhat concerned about. Reikland is still deployed here, so we can upgrade Wurtbad with his help, and throw in another Tangled Vine Patch, Public Order, and Wine. We already have Wine, so we don't really need that. We have recruitment elsewhere. What we really need probably is growth to get this region built up quickly. I mean, we have quite a bit of growth. We have population surplus out the wazoo. Yeah, we're not going to have enough to take Matorka. So I think we're just going to sit ourselves back in Akendorf.
Dark magic is mine to command.
And there's quite a bit available for recruitment here, so I don't think we're going to need the Black Knights sitting around here taking up cash that could be spent elsewhere. Okay. So now that we've wasted recruitment money on the Sternsmen, which we didn't really need, we'll walk back to Fort Oberstyre. Which, yeah, he's not in range for anything. We need to get Gregor into Heinrich's army, but at the same time, I don't really want Grenstadt building up here, so we're gonna just keep assaulting their units, I think. So that's a failure, but we're gaining experience. It's quite powerful once you guys will see what an effect it has on the enemy army once it gets rolling. Okay, so now we have these two units that we don't need, and what we actually want are Grave Guard, which we can only afford one of. We actually need two. The Sternsmen are good. We don't really need them though. I don't think really we can get rid of easily here. This is all somewhat necessary. I don't really. I mean, we bought the Sternsmen. I think we're just going to let them go again. That was a waste of cash, but I was fairly confident that we were going to get attacked. What we might actually do is recruit another unit of Vargeists here, because that'll take 2 turns, and if we fill up the other slots of the army with Graveguard with great weapons, next turn that'll be 3 more slots, and we should have the money next turn to do that. So as long as we don't get these guys trying to push in here again every single turn, it should be okay. So next turn, I guarantee a battle just before the end of the episode. Here's the Empire begging me for peace, which we will counter-offer with them becoming our vassal, which they're not going to accept. 1,000 money doesn't cut it. Does not cut it at all. We're still hidden, it looks like. Yeah, so I definitely think what it is that the Empire has all these heroes, and heroes are quite expensive, and if your regions get sort of chewed up, that's interesting. We have Bretonia crossing the mountains here. That's very interesting. The Greyherds come. A black cat. It's interesting that we get a notification that in our empire somebody found a black cat. It wasn't even assigned to anybody. It's just there's a stray black cat somewhere in the empire. Okay, so Hildegard. So expansionists would be good earlier in the campaign, but we had her wandering around searching for stuff. This is not directly useful immediately. This one is directly useful immediately. But I'd like to get the death tree unlocked a little bit. So let's go with Spirit Leech. So Heinrich, his army is not quite full up. He doesn't have any zombies. Let's see actually first, what does the Empire have? They have a bunch of heroes of various sorts and a tiny little garrison. So I don't actually think we need anything at all to beat them. We're probably just going to roll in and they're going to be unable to stop us. We're going to pop Sasha into the army. She doesn't have any combat skills, but that's all right. And then we're just going to grab, I think, 2 units of zombies Not because we need them, just because if we're going to take losses, we might as well take them on expendable units. And at last, the Empire started recruiting units. Things a little late, guys.
Them, raise them.
Okay, so it says it's going to be an even battle. I don't think that's true. We have Krell, our lord, is a much higher level than any of their guys. I think it's over attributing ability to their heroes more than anything else. They do have faster units than us. They have some Pistoliers and some Outriders. Outriders are fairly easy to deal with. You just put one unit of cavalry on them and they'll chase to the edge of the map and they won't be able to shoot back. The Pistoliers can shoot back, but honestly their damage is terrible. I mean, unless they patched it recently, which I don't think they did. So I think this is going to be, despite what the auto-resolve says, I think this is going to be an easy win for us. Which is good. I don't like it when the auto-resolve tells me that it's going to be a stomp, even though I don't think I could win it. I feel like I'm cheating then. Really, I should have put this this banner on Sasha here, but it's okay. Kemmler and his ladies are gonna go do some work against Volkmar the Grim, again, who we've I don't know how many times we've killed this guy in this campaign. Roll gamble on 11, see what we get. 10, 9, 8, that's garbage. But we should have a huge amount of magic. Yeah, 75 reserve. Volkmar doesn't have any wizards with him either, so that's all benefit to us. There's no downside, no drawback. It's all great. Okay, so we're gonna our poison, I think maybe we'll put back in another group here. How should we divide this up? I think we'll just alternate Graveguards and Skeletons. And we'll keep the Crypt Ghouls in group 2. So we'll go ahead and group these ones up, and group these ones up. So this is our main line. Actually, as usual, zombies go in first. We'll just send them in to die wherever. Not really worried about the zombies. Group 2, we might actually just. Can we get everybody? Can we get everybody in the trees? Everybody in the trees. There we go. Yeah. So we can get them in the trees. I think we can probably get these fellas in the trees. They're even smaller. Stick them right on top of everybody. There we go. There we go. That's better. The Black Knights, we can stick down over here, and hopefully we can, if we're lucky, we can sneak them down around this ridge here, and depending on where the Empire deploys, they may stay out of line of sight, and we could get all the way around them and get some rear charges. Our heroes and our we got to put the corpse cart into Unit 3 as well. Just our buff units in the middle. Yeah, so Unit 3 will come in behind Unit 2 and just sort of provide support, push in as needed. I don't think they have any large units though, so it's sort of it's all about the same. We have a Spirit Leech to take care of their lord, as well as Krell. So we're going to go ahead and start the battle, and we're going to send the zombies to wander on up and start pestering them. As I said, we're going to send one at a time, because otherwise they'll go in formation. We're going to send everybody nice and dense in here. sneak up through the trees. The zombies hopefully will keep them distracted over here. Okay, spread back out over up here. Hopefully everybody stays hidden that whole way in. I think my knights managed to get stuck in a weird way. I don't know what happened there. But they are out of sight. They are just over this ridge here. The Empire is on the other side of that mountain back there. We have our Black Knights just looking really cool riding through the forest like this. Yeah, I want to get more shots of these guys specifically because I really like the way, I really like the aesthetic CA took with the skeletons in this game specifically. All the skeleton units look amazing. I'd go as far as to say they're probably the best looking units in the whole game. Okay. Well, we're gonna give these guys time to form up over just like this. See how far we can get them up here into the trees without them getting spotted, if we're lucky. I think they haven't been spotted yet. So we're going to send you guys up here. And then we'll be ready to spring the trap. It's not really necessary here. We have a pretty strong lead in the balance of power. But, you know, still. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lock group 2. We're going to send the zombies in first. Just kind of tie things up, run it some archers. Speed things here up here a little bit. The zombies are horribly slow. Okay, so while they're busy dealing with that, we've locked in group 2. Send them up here. Group 3 form up like so, except for our buffing units, which will get more closely involved. And we'll wait until the very last second to spring our trap with those guys. So these ones in here, I think spread out our heroes. Okay. Now we can go ahead and send some Black Knights into their ranged units. Zombies are crumbling, falling apart and such. We can bolster them a little bit. Don't want to spend too much effort on it, but we do have heaps of magic right now. So Sasha is an assassin. Doesn't have any specific skills, but should be good against anyone who else is not. So Gunther here is tying up these guys, but not well enough. And we can go down and pop in Krell right over here. Krell go after their lord. So that went strongly in our favor. these guys in here. The buffs are all going off well. Krell is getting work done.
Where is Krell?
He's right over here.
Death magic.
Oh dear. Absolutely getting cut to pieces here. These ranged units. But the Black Knights, once they catch up with them, they should make quick work. It's just my micro has not been amazing this battle. Get this buffed up. Can throw in some more zombies here to make sure everybody's surrounded. Keep everybody at high health. Is there Volkmar still around here? Somewhere. We can just throw it on this hero here. Okay, all these fellas get in here. Ah, there's their lord. There's Volkmar. Okay, Krell. Go after Volkmar, who is for some reason all the way over there. Send these swordsmen up here. As I said, we have heaps of magic in this battle. It's kind of nuts. I think we've got everyone except for Volkmar now. Okay, that is some serious damage there. These fellas are having some sort of trouble. Not really sure why. We can get Sasha involved over here. These fellas involved over here. Okay, and it's a settlement battle, so we don't need to do much of anything. Yeah, so things went pretty much in our favor. Like I said, auto resolve. I don't know what it was thinking. We had that pretty locked down the whole way through. Once again, I'm sad to see that Krell is not represented here. But yeah, there was not too many kills from any one unit. I guess the range did cut up the Black Knights some, and we lost a unit of zombies. Oh no. Okay, so we could do a number of things here. I think we're going to loot and occupy. We're not actually going to occupy it. We're going to take it, and then we're just going to wander off. Warrior Bane. That's a good caster type. It's a weapon, but it reduces melee abilities of your opponents as opposed to buffing your own. Oh, we did just take it at level 2, so we could just pop into garrison here, and Balefire Brazier, turn off taxing the province. Yeah, that's actually... We've taken Grunburg, and we can spread corruption here into the Empire. Now that is 11k sack
but make no promises to act
for... Alright. So, now they'll become our vassal. They'll pay us 4k. That's not what I asked for, though. I'm asking for a while now. Bend the knee is the message I've been giving. Has not been has not been received though. I guess next turn we have the choice between trying to take on Nuln with its frankly terrifying garrison, or pushing on towards Altdorf. Both would be viable options. They don't have a garrison in either one. I guess probably what they're going to do is they'll build up an army in Altdorf, and while they're doing that, I can reach out and try to smack Nuln. There's a weak beastman force here, which we're not worried about. Reikland has gained a level, which we'll put into Zap. And before we forget, we're going to put 1, 2, 3 units of Grade Guard with great weapons, which we have been waiting for I don't know, like 30 turns or something. That has been maddening. Yeah. Oh, and it looks like Thingrim has come out to play. So that can be something for us to do at the beginning of next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. This episode went a little bit long, but we managed to get in a battle there at the end. I was really getting worried that we were going to do a full hour-long episode with no battle, but the battle started before the end of the hour, so everything's good. Don't forget to leave a like or a dislike, depending on if you liked or didn't like the video. Leave comments, let me know how I'm doing and what you'd like to see more of, what you don't like seeing, that sort of thing. And once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you here next time.